start streaming. What we have to do then is go back to either we have to see that our stream came up and is currently in excellent condition. We're going to go back into our OBS here. Let's go back into our OBS here and let's start streaming. What we have to do then is go back over into here. We'll be able to see that our stream came up and it is currently in excellent condition. We're going to go back into our OBS here, and what we want to do, go ahead and check our checklist. So the first thing we're going to do is open our stats window. Go back over into here. We'll be able to see that our stream came up and it is currently in excellent condition. We're going to go back into our OBS here, and what we want to do, go ahead and check our checklist. So the first thing we're going to do is open our stats window. Go to our view in stats. So our checklist. So the first thing we're going to do is open our stats window. To do that, we're going to go to view in stats. And so this shows us everything we need now. This space available. Not really that big a deal. Drop frames on our network. So this tells us we're having a slower network day than we might normally have, and we are dropping it. And that makes perfect sense because my wife's downstairs working only live stream at a time like this. But it lets us know that there could be a thing that's happening. And that's good to know. So we're going to try to keep an eye on this. What we're going to do is reset it. Once we start our stream, everything is up. We're going to see if it continues. It looks like it is continuing. So we'll just keep an eye on that. And we can find out whether it's negatively affecting our live stream once we download it. Right now, we really don't know. So if we go over here, what we want to do is meet down our checklist. We want to check any countdown timers we may run for a wait stream to be sure they work as expected. Now, in my case, I don't have a countdown timer per se. I have a countdown screen, and this will just count down automatically. And I have it set up so I push a button when my intro goes, and it will just run through all of the scenes that are involved with countdown and start on my screen. So you definitely want to do that sequence if you are obviously going to be testing your screen. You want to click that button and run through the entire sequence. And while you're running through it, you want to make sure that you are watching your stats window. And these are the stats that we're really concerned about. You got to be concerned about the strength of your network. Obviously, I know my network is a little cheesy right now, so you want to keep an eye on both. Be aware of what's going on. Now we want to go ahead and change through each scene one at a time, and keep an eye on the stats window right here. Put it like that, so you keep a close eye on it. So we have our stats window over here. What we're going to do, just like it says right here, is we're going to change through each scene one at a time, watching the stats window for any sort of drop frames. So this right here, go ahead and hit reset. And I'm in my main, and we're going to go to our tutorial scene right here. And this is set up totally different. We're not seeing any drop frames or anything like that. we are getting drop frames for network problems, like I explained before. We've got Monica's intro. We're going to go ahead and run through every single scene in our live stream in its entirety to make sure that we don't get any drop frames and all that stuff. Now, since we are streaming, YouTube is recording that stream, which makes it really easy for us to analyze any kind of drop or issues that we may be having on their side. On a scene like this, it's very busy. There's people blowing all kinds of stuff happening. A scene like this could prove to be problematic for some streams. Once you run through every one of your scenes, you want to go ahead and test the alerts for your live stream. And alerts are set up in a lot of different ways. My particular alerts are set up as stream by alerts might be set up as stream elements. You want to go to every scene that those elements are supposed to work in, test each one. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and put stream revive here, and then I'm going to select my alert, and I can just go to triggers right here, right click and test the trigger. There we go. It automatically puts my mask on, changes my voice, puts me on the proper scene. Then what it should do is actually flip back to the now obviously for this tutorial, it's not changing my voice. Sorry guys. You'll have to actually watch the stream to see how this video works. But needless to say, I'll wait out the timer. It should flip me back to the other scene. Be ready to go. There we go. So we know that's working. We want to go ahead and test every single alert